Shalom, shalom, Hebrews. This is Ronald Dalton Jr., aka Hebrews to Negroes. We got a special announcement to tell you guys. After a long wait, we've been seeing gatherings in Kentucky, gatherings in Tennessee, gatherings in Florida, gatherings in Georgia, gatherings in New Orleans. Finally, we're going to do a gathering, but not just a gathering, a mega conference in Detroit. Now, why we say it's a mega conference? Because it's 4 days of activities we're going to do. And you will not be let down. You will not be let down. Repeat again, you will not be let down. So the 4 days, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick off, I'm going to tell you about day one. It's important you guys understand why you need to come to Detroit for this Hebrews Mega Awakening, the Great Awakening Hebrews to Negroes Mega Conference. So on the first day, we're going to be premiering the movie Hebrews to Negroes 2, Revelation, the Age of Awakening. Now, if you've seen the first movie, Hebrews to Negroes Wake Up Black America, we premiered it at the landmark Maynard Theaters in Royal Oak on December 20th, 2018, in front of a crowd of about 400 plus people. And the theater was packed. We sold out tickets the last week before the box office closed, and everybody in there was so excited. They were so happy at the end. They had a lot of reviews. And in Spiritual Combat, Michael Israel was there to get coverage and also do post interviews. So if you've seen the first movie and it was a good movie, you loved it, you got to see the second movie, the sequel.
And that will be Thursday, July 11th.
Thursday, July 11th.
Thursday, July 11th.
And don't worry, you'll be able to sit through this movie and hold your bladder, because this movie is not going to be 3 hours long. This movie will be about half the time. I know it's hard to keep our attention for longer than 2 hours, but this movie is going to be short and sweet, but it's going to get to the point on the true identity of the Ashkenazi Jews, the Sephardic Jews, the white Arabs, the black Arabs, and also covering Deuteronomy 28:68 and how it relates to us.
And Ron, it's going to be epic. Let me say that before the movie, we as Yehudims, we as Hebrews, we have a social and moral responsibility. In fact, we are the moral voice to the world. All roads lead to Detroit, because before the movie, we're projecting maybe 300 to 400 Hebrews that are going to converge on the city of Detroit, and we're going to do a massive community service project. We're going to be feeding those who are marginalized, those who are disenfranchised. We're going to help build blighted areas. We're going to do a great work, and we're going to preach the Besorah. We're going to preach the gospel. We don't find too many Hebrews coming together to preach the authentic gospel. So we'll be preaching the gospel. We'll also be doing community service projects, passing out nearly 30,000 pounds of food. We're going to be cleaning up blighted areas. So it's going to be epic. So it's not just a conference. It is an opportunity for us to come together to aid and to work with Yah to meet the needs of those people who are broken and those who are considered most vulnerable in society. So that'll be Thursday, July 11th.
Thursday, July 11th. And after the movie, because the movie starts at 7 o'clock, so you want to get there at 6 o'clock, the doors open, and we start checking people in, getting pre-interviews with Michael Israel, Spiritual Combat. But after the movie, we're going to have a panel. Who's going to be in the panel? I'll let you go ahead and say.
Well, we have Divine Prospect, Ron Shields. We have Ron Dalton Jr., the Human Encyclopedia. We're going to have Apostle Frankie Young there. There will be Pastor Charles Dow would be in the place. We have Pastor Richardson Kelly would be in the place. Who am I missing, Ron?
Benaiah Israel, Hidden Hebrews, the Sephardic scholar. He's going to be in the building. Also, Prophetic Whirlwind, a.k.a. Only Love Austin, the author of Prophetic Whirlwind, Uncovering the Black Biblical Destiny. She's going to be there. We also sent out invites to Hebrew Nation Building, Rebirth of a Nation, with Joshua Cullens and Morris Williams Jr. I'm trying to think who else we missing. Zion Lex is going to be there as well. A lot of people know him from the Silent community, the House of Consciousness. His scholarship on the Meta-Netter and also the Hebrew Israelite language. It's going to be a lot of people going to be there in the building. And
even here from Detroit, Pastor Michael Laws.
Yep, Pastor Michael Laws. Also Rabbi Akwete Amah, Kingdom of Kings Academy from the God Tribe from West Africa. He's going to be there as well.
It's going to be star-studded.
It's going to be star-studded. So you don't want to miss this panel. It's going to be people in the building that watch the movie that's going to want to see this panel and what we have to say about the movie. But the next, and then you want to talk about the afterglow?
The afterglow. So we're going to have opportunity for us to really socialize, to fellowship. We just saw an epic movie, Hebrews to Negroes sequel, Revelation. and then of course the panel discussion where it's going to be Q&A, but it's going to be an opportunity for us to fellowship. There's going to be some light refreshments there. There's going to be a live band there, an opportunity for you to meet a Zion Lex, to meet your Richardson Kellys of the world, your Pastor Charles Dowd, to talk to them personally, face to face. So it's going to be a wonderful opportunity in which I call communal capacity. And so we get a chance to fellowship, and that's going to be an afterglow that will be subsequent to our panel discussion. That will be Thursday, July 11, 2019.
So on day two is going to be a day that you guys do not want to miss. You want to make sure you get your rest because day two we're going to have a barrage of workshops. We're going to have round 1 of workshops, round 2 workshops, and including workshops from all the people we just mentioned.
Are we going to feed them?
We're going to feed them too. You're going to be fed. You're going to be fed. We're going to have breakfast. We're going to have lunch. You're not going to just get a bagel and some orange juice and then you just sit down and shut up and learn. You're going to get fed just like you do when you go to a regular conference or a regular convention or anything that they have quality teachers. You're going to get fed, and it's going to be quality food. So you don't have to worry about going to McDonald's or going to Tim Hortons or going to IHOP. You're going to be fed at the venue. You want to talk about the workshops?
Yeah, so it's going to be over 20 workshops. So it's almost like a smorgasbord. You're going to have a number of pickings to choose from. So we're going to have conferences on Hebrew marriage. There will be conferences on gematria. There will be workshops on dealing with unity in the Hebrew nation, on finances as well, on family dynamics as well. Ron, this is a mega conference, but also a family conference. And so you can bring your children. So children and youth will also have an opportunity to have their own workshops. It's a lot of fun. They can have gymnasiums and games. And so while adults are in these workshops, they don't have to worry about their children. You can make it a family vacation. Again, that's over 20 workshops that you can get involved in. And as a matter of fact, you can go to www.greathebrewawakening.org. Again, that's www.greathebrewawakening.org. And you see a list of the workshops that's going to be at your disposal during the time of the conference.
So after the workshops, after breakfast and lunch, after everything concludes, people are going to be able to go home. They're going to be able to sightsee Detroit, catch an early dinner, change into clothes for the special event that evening, which
is a concert.
All right.
We have a concert. And so who are we going to have at the concert, Ron?
Well, the concert is going to be headed by musical Hebrew artist John Bidden out of Detroit. Also, we're going to have Lormias out of Tampa Bay, Florida. His album is called We the People. We also invited Benjamin Banks and his band to also perform. They've been performing in front of a lot of different Hebrew assemblies, such as the Passover with Rebirth of a Nation. They're based out of Gainesville, Florida. We're going to have a lot of people there. We're also going to have some singers from Pastor Law's assembly and then also Pastor Frankie Young's assembly. We also have their singers. It's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be a lot of worship and good singing. Something that we really haven't had in terms of in these Hebrew gathering conferences.
Mm-hmm. And Ron, what I'm really excited about is we have truth. I mean, we're operating in truth. We have been exposed to the awakening. But one thing that's missing in the Hebrew nation is the Ruach. And so we're looking for the concert to be a night filled with the presence of Yah. That the Ruach HaKodesh will be there present. We're looking for deliverance to take place, lives to be transformed, as well as to hear their favorite musical artists. So this is unlike any just concert where you have a bunch of people from various genres who are displaying their gifts and talent. No, we expecting the Ruach HaKodesh to be present, that the Holy Spirit will be there, that we will experience the power of Yah at this unbelievable concert. Again, you want to get there, again, go to greathebrewawakening.org. Again, that's greathebrewawakening.org and register now.
I want to add that we have Detroit's very own Courtney Bell, God Body. He's the producer of the Ten Commandments album, Hebrew young rapper. He's really touching the youth with this Hebrew rap. And he's really making a lot of difference, making a lot of noise in different states. He's also agreed to be there to perform and give us 1 or 2 songs. So we got a lot of people. We got a lot of singers. We got rap. We have a lot of things going on in this concert that you guys need to come to be a part of. Day 3. Now we're on day 3 now. So you want to explain what's on day 3?
So day 3, we're going to continue that morning. We're going to continue with continental breakfast for everyone. And then we're going to have a time of intercessory prayer. So this is not just a conference of information, it is a conference of transformation. We're looking for lives to be transformed, for families to be transformed, husbands to be transformed, wives to be transformed, community to be transformed. If you belong to a camp, that you and the camp be transformed. We're looking for a powerful time of intercessory prayer where we're crying out to Yah. It's going to be a time of repentance. This is led by Detroit's own Pastor Michael Laws. He'll be facilitating and leading this time of intercessory prayer. We're looking at least 400 Hebrews to gather, to come together to Detroit, to really begin to bombard the Shamahim, bombard the heavens, to really hear from Yah. Yah, we are awakened, now what? And there's opportunity if my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face, turn from their wicked. It is a time to cry out before Yah. And so that's going to be unbelievable. That will happen on the morning of Shabbat. That will happen Saturday morning, day 3 of the conference, which is Saturday, July 13th. Again, all roads lead to Detroit. Then after that, we're going to have a Shabbat service.
Yep, and the Shabbat service is going to be, the keynote speaker for the Shabbat service is going to be your very own Charles Dow, pastor of Straightway Ministries. Now, a lot of people, when you come to this truth, you say, okay, we're Hebrew Israelites. What's next? Well, Pastor Charles Dow has been teaching preparation. We can't expect our jobs to always be there. We can't expect money to always be there. We can't expect Walmart to be there to feed us. And what Pastor Charles Dow has done, he is at the forefront. He's basically the guy, the go-to guy. If you're trying to start a homestead community, off-grid living, not being dependent on the system, Pastor Dow has mastered it. So he's going to talk about preparation and why we as Hebrew Israelites, we need to also be doers of the word. He says a lot. We got to be doers of the word. And so that means that we need to prepare. We need to prepare like the 10 virgins. We have to prepare. We can't just be sitting around waiting for different things to happen. We have to also prepare and get ourselves physically ready and spiritually ready for the Messiah to come. And we all know that this system is going to get worse. It's going to be more controlling. Everybody talks about the one world government, the new world order, the mark of the beast. So Pastor Dow is going to give us an awesome Sabbath service speech and really going to lift up and edify the people there.
And we'll have praise and worship there. There'll be times of exhortation. Again, like you said, great teaching there. It's going to be an unforgettable event. And listen, we're looking at upward bounds between 700 people to be there at this particular Sabbath worship service. Meanwhile, simultaneously, there's going to be opportunity for personal ministry for women, Ron, in the Hebrew community who are broken, who deal with psychosis, who deal with a number of mental health issues. There's going to be a tent where that's going to be available all throughout the conference where women can go to receive personal ministry from other women to deal with some of those issues that maybe you're unassembled, or maybe you're not a part of a particular group or whatever, or maybe you're struggling in your marriage or you're dealing with some issues. We'll have women there, Hebrew women there to minister, as well as for the men. There will be an opportunity for men. We have some of our elders who are going to come from all around the country, and they will be in a certain tent for men to receive personal ministry as well. So it's going to be an unbelievable conference. It's going to be epic, Ron.
You want to talk about what's going to be happening that night? Well, they're not ready for what's happening that night.
Well, yeah, that's it. This is the crescendo. This is the highest point of the conference. We are looking on Detroit River that night to have an award ceremony / banquet. It's going to be unbelievable. So we will be cruising on the Detroit Princess, on Detroit River. We will have in our view Canada, Windsor, Ontario, Canada, as well as we will see the skyline of the great city of Detroit. It's going to be unbelievable. Could you imagine? Just take this walk with me. Could you imagine 400 Hebrews all gathered together, all white, nighttime, the boat lit up, fine dining, the ambience is eclectic. We have a live band there dressed in all white. This is an all-white event. An all-white event. You dress in your Hebrew garb, and you come, and time where you're going to have, what are we going to eat, Ron?
Well, you're going to have different selections of various meats and vegetables and beverages. You're not going to just get just a little bit of this and a little bit of that and then go home and still feel hungry and have to hit the town for some dinner. You will be fed on a Detroit Princess. Now, a lot of people use the Detroit Princess for different events, different parties. If you look at some of the videos, people are getting down, they're dancing, they're fellowshipping, they're mingling, they're eating, they're getting their nourishment from fluids. You're going to be fed. You're going to be fed. And I don't want to spoil it with giving you the menu, but they're going to be fed, and you're not going to be feeling like you just got for your money. Everything's going to be all an appropriation, and it's going to be all worth it. You don't want to miss the Detroit Princess buffet.
Yeah.
So you talk about buffet, you know that your belly's going to get filled.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Right. And so, again, the attire for this event is all white. But again, you want to register for this event because we have limited space for this particular event. So we only can fit 400 people on this boat. And so you want to go to greathebrewawakening.org, and you want to make sure you register fast. You want to tell your family, your friends. You want to call those who are just coming into the awakening or maybe dating the awakening. You want to tell them about this event. Ron, that night on the boat with this beautiful scenery with buffet food, as you mentioned, Hebrews in their formal attire, we will be acknowledging and honoring some very important people. Mm-hmm. Who will be acknowledging?
Well, we're going to be acknowledging, I don't know, you want to give up the award?
Well, maybe not, maybe not.
Yeah, we want to be a surprise who's going to get honored, because that's what part of the award ceremony is. You don't know, you know that you're being asked to come for a possible award, just like the Emmys and the Grammys. But yeah, I mean, I think we should keep that a top.
But there's 16 people who have been influential in the Hebrew awakening community, who have really made a lot of major contributions. Rather in academia, we don't know. It's a surprise. Like you said, we don't want to give it away, right?
Okay, cool.
We don't want to give it away. But ranging from the area of business to media to academia to working with youth, film, and the film industry, but those who have made significant strides within the Hebrew community. We're going to be acknowledging them, and we're looking for this to be an annual event as well. But it's going to be epic. It's going to be an event that's going to be one that we're going to be talking about for quite some time. And so you want to make sure you're going to talk about this. It's going to be a great event. It's a great event.
Now we're going to day four. Day four. It's 4 days of Hebrew fun. So on day 4, on Sunday, we're going to have a cookout, Hebrew cookout on Belle Isle Park, infamous Belle Isle Park. If you want to have, you're going to have a picnic, not a picnic, but a cookout. Sorry, we're so used to barbecuing and picnic, but a cookout. Belle Isle is one of the places to be in Detroit to have a cookout, and it's going to be a lot of people there. We're going to have a lot of food. People are going to be able to eat. We don't have a size limit on how many people can come to the cookout. So come on down and get your food, get your chicken, get your beef burgers, beef ribs. No pork. You don't have to check the ribs or the hot dogs. Is this pork? Right. We're gonna make sure everything is kosher. So this food fellowship and fun. That's what it's all about.
There'll be a lot of games. There's gonna be inflatables for the children. There will be softball, volleyball. It's going to be, again, like you said, a number of food there. There's going to be some entertainment there as well. And also keep in mind that morning before the cookout, we're going to have a lake baptism. So a lot of Hebrews are asking, now I'm awakened, I want to be baptized. Many of them have come out of Christianity and they were baptized in the name of Jesus. But now we have many requests of people who want to be baptized in the Mashiach's name. And so if you go to greathebrewawakening.org, you'll have an opportunity to see the list of names that you can be baptized in. Some subscribe to the name Yahusha, the Hebrew term. Some the Aramaic term Yahshua or Yahushua or Yahawashai. And so you have opportunity to get baptized in either one of those 4 names. Again, this is a lake baptism. So we have pastors coming from Minnesota who are awakened. We have Morays coming from the South, and they're going to help us facilitate this lake baptism. So that's going to happen Sunday, July 14th, 2019. You want to make sure that you're there for this cookout and lake baptism.
It's important that anybody that has a Hebrew business, you sell garments, you sell books, you sell DVDs, you sell music. We have vendor tables that you can sign up for to lay out all your products and display, and have the Hebrews come and look at your stuff and buy, and then put in pre-orders for things that you might have in the future. This is also a time that we network and we gather data so we can keep your guys' email contacts. We can stay abreast. We're giving you the information you need on different events. So that's one of the reasons why we need to have this, because when we get together, a lot of times when we leave, we don't get any data. We don't know your email, your address, your phone number. We don't know how to keep in contact with you guys. But this is going to be a time where people can intermix with each other. We can get your data. We can stay connected. And also, Michael Israel, he'll be there talking about the Brew Link, and how the Brew Link is also an online directory where people can connect with other Hebrews in different states, different countries. So that's important. So this is a time that you need to come to actually fellowship and get connected with other Hebrews that's around the world, that you may be in your own state. You don't know anybody that's in this faith, in this walk. You might feel lonely, but come on down to the Hebrew Great Awakening Hebrew Negroes Mega Conference, and you see how you like it. See the things that we're going to do in excellence. It's time for us to do things top notch as Hebrew Israelites, and we're trying to do that with the conference. So make sure you sign up and register at www.greathebrewawakening.org. Pastor Howard, anything else you want?
Well, opportunities of a lifetime must be seized within a lifetime of the opportunity. You want to maximize this moment. You want to be, if there's any conference you want to be at, it's this conference. If that means that maybe you need to alter your vacation and make it, bring your sons and bring your daughter, bring your spouse, you want to get here. This is going to be life-changing. We're going to be talking about this conference for years to come, so you want to be there. For hotel accommodations, many people are asking for hotel accommodations. You can go again to greathebrewawakening.org, and we have 4 hotels that you can pick from. And there is a special discount rate for those who register for the conference. Again, greathebrewawakening.org. So here's what you're getting at the conference. You're getting the choice of over 20 workshops. You're getting an opportunity to engage into a massive community service project. You also have the unique opportunity to be the first one to witness Hebrews to Negro movie 2, The Revelation by Ron Dalton Jr. You have an opportunity also to get involved in a musical. You're going to a wonderful musical like no other. I promise you, it's going to be a night that you will not forget. You get also opportunity to be involved in a corporate Sabbath service, intercessory prayer, as well as on the Detroit Princess on the Detroit River, to this wonderful banquet and award ceremony, as well as lake baptism, as well as an opportunity to be involved in not our picnic, but our cookout. Hebrew cookout. So it's a wonderful opportunity. All roads lead to Detroit. Again, Detroit has prophetic implications. Isaiah 11:11 talks about how he will draw us from the 4 corners of the earth. And so a number of years ago, there was some Gentile pastors who came to Detroit who sensed the awakening. They knew that Yah was going to do something great among the Hebrew community, among African Americans. And they knew it. And they had a conference here called The Call. And they knew that the revival, as they say in their terminology, was going to occur among the African American demographic. That the leaders that's going to lead the Great Awakening, lead the Great Revival, will be from the African American community. They know anything about Hebrews. They didn't know anything about who we are in terms of our identity. And so we're really coming into the fulfillment of that prophecy here in the Detroit area. You want to get here. Yah is going to be here. The presence of the Ruach HaKodesh is going to be here. And Ron Dalton Jr. will be here. So you want to be here. Again, go to greathebrewawakening.org.
Shalom, shalom, y'all.
Shalom.